Alright, Frank Delatorre here again. I am talking about RTCA DO254 and trying to demystify it for all who watch. Alright, this time I want to address, again, more reality, where the rubber meets the road, not just the actual design guidance assurance manual, if you will. Why the process is important. Why is it important? Well, as my first bullet point states, it serves as a risk mitigation tool. Well, why is that important? Because there are so many resources allotted to your design item, whether it's an FPGA, a board, or a box. Perhaps it's a box full of boards, and on the boards are FPGAs. And as an engineer or someone engineering or in management, you know that that is a really large dedication of resources, be it manpower, tools, and money and time. So instead of going headlong into a design and, for lack of a better word, winging it, not planning, you are sure to face serious issues that will set you back with all of your resources. It'll set you back in money, it'll set you back in time, and in manpower, of course. You may end up having to get 10, 20, 30 more people to help you on this because risk mitigation has not been factored in. So, DO254 by RTCA is considered a risk mitigation tool. If it is used properly, if it is followed, then that is its design. It has been designed for exactly that. Alright, it also assures that your item, whether it's an FPGA, a board, or a box full of boards and FPGAs, contains the function and performance as advertised. And how this is done is through the proper authoring and management of requirements, the validation of said requirements, and the verification of said requirements. That was a mouthful, and it's a lot of work, but what it does is it proves that indeed the performance and function that you advertised does exist within the box, and nothing else exists. No more and no less. Alright. We've talked about this. It saves development time and expense, which risk mitigation is supposed to do. You're supposed to save time. You're supposed to save expense. No one wants to go over budget. No one wants to go over time. I believe that Boeing 787 was at least 2 years or more over their scheduled delivery date. It ended up costing the company many millions of dollars with their customers, as you can find on the internet, as was on the news quite frequently after they missed their initial delivery date. I can't remember how many years. It was at least 2 years, but as you can see, that it's very important. Along with that, when you follow the design guidance and you build your planning documents and your requirements and you process your design, so to speak, with requirements in mind, then this has a great effect upon you and your company, but especially you as a designer. It helps you to build confidence and credibility with the certification authority and the end customer, because they know what you're talking about, they know that you know what you're talking about and what you're doing, and you can prove that you understand how to comply to the process, what DO254 means, what its objectives are and what the hurdles are and how you've been applying it to the design process. It's extremely and exceedingly important that you are able to demonstrate this to build the confidence and credibility. And you may think, well, that's not really that important, is it? Well, actually it is, because we can go right back to risk mitigation and the time that it could take from the program and the money, and you or your team's inability to successfully traverse the SOI audits. If you don't pass through the audits and you get what they call our findings, which is a non-compliance to DO-254 design assurance guidance, then there have been times where you have to go back to the drawing board and start all over. And of course, what does that mean? Costs more money and time. So credibility and confidence building is extremely important, and you can only do that by abiding by the process set forth by your planning documents. All right, we will go on to another topic after this one, but again, here's my contact information, email, website, phone number, and please subscribe to my channel. Appreciate your time.